Morning, Loz.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. I love giving away stuff.
Yeah, how was that this morning?
Really good.
Who won?
PJ Mabasa.
Nice.
Yeah, from
Was
Auto
that-
Sparky.
Right, was that for the helping out with like local sports and sponsoring and things like
Sponsoring
that?
and also going overseas and helping out in third world countries and building stuff. You know, like amazing things like that. Just a little bit of fun.
Talk about a local hero.
Absolutely. And it's really difficult because there's just so many good people out there, and each story is fantastic. There were some really good stories on there about Dennis, the private hire driver who helped get a lady home who was a bit disorientated. You know, I think people going out of their way to just
It's really
make
hard
life easy for
when
people.
you have to choose, because
It
sometimes
is.
it makes you feel like it's like I'm not diminishing everyone else's
Exactly.
accomplishments. I just can only pick one, and there's still a few weeks to go. Like we've still got three prizes
I
to
think,
give
yeah.
away.
Yeah.
So you know people can renominate the exact. Like they can. It just has to go on the new post, but they can essentially copy and paste their first nomination.
That's easy to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
In this day and age, copy and paste. But look, very exciting and, yeah, very worthy. Everyone's very worthy, and it just doesn't, as you say, it doesn't diminish what anybody else has done. But today's winner, PJ Mabasa.
Lovely.
Yeah. So, what's been happening in your world in the last 24 hours?
Well, we've been doing the Grinch competition over on my show.
Right.
All thanks to Alice Brimsmakers, same as your Marcher one.
Yep.
And so, you know, it's just essentially finding a Grinch. You know, we're looking for Grinches. We're looking for people who are just a little bit Grinchy.
Just trying to save a few dollars here and there.
Yeah,
Going
and,
going
you know,
a little bit too far, though, perhaps.
Yeah, in a funny way. It has to be like in a funny way, not in like an evil laugh way.
Like maybe, what about this one? Driving your car at a lower speed so you save energy, save petrol.
Does that even save petrol?
Apparently, if you have the revs down to like 2,000 instead of 3,000, you can save petrol. I was told
Really?
this. It's funny, I was at an organisation, I think it was a big government organisation I was working for, and they sent that out. They sent that out to everyone. We want you to drive your company cars, because it's a big government organisation. We want you to drive your company cars at 2,000 revs instead of 3,000 revs.
Yeah.
And that way, when you drive around, this is in Victoria, when you drive around Victoria, we need you to do this. Even though everyone's going to be beeping you from behind, we
Yeah.
want you to do this because you're going to save us fuel. That's very Grinchy.
Right. That is
Very Grinchy.
That is Grinchy. Yesterday, our winner was a lady named Cassie.
Right.
I'm not sure how she pronounces it because it was all in writing. Anyway, and basically she said at this time of year she avoids all of her family because she sees them enough throughout the year. So the silly season she just like goes underground.
So she doesn't have to buy a present.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
She just like is like, oh, I see you enough, you know, the other 360 odd days a year.
Yeah.
I don't need to see you around now.
I like the guy who, there's always one in every group, goes out, you go out for drinks, and when it's his turn to shout, he goes missing. I love that one.
I actually have the perfect Grinch nomination, but because it's my competition, I can't nominate them.
Oh.
But I really want to. And I'm worried. I actually reckon someone will not. This is a well-known story in the group of people that I know.
In your scene.
And I reckon someone will nominate this person, but then I'm like, what? How will I? Like, I can't pick them as a winner.
No, you can't. You're a bit of a conflict
But
there.
the thing is, where's the conflict to start and where does it end? Because if we're saying that no one I know can win a prize, well, I've been here quite a long time. That means not a lot of people can win.
The old saying, if you don't know them, they're probably not worth knowing.
Well, there you go.
Maybe.
That's right. So this is what I struggle with.
Yeah.
Because I know a couple of Grinchy people, and I think does the fact that I know them discount them from being able to win?
Look, it's a tough one because I know a couple of people. I've only been here a little time this time round, and you know, if they win something, I'm always trying to keep my arm's length from them because
It's a small town. It's crazy.
That's why I say if they ring in and they're the first caller through, then that's fine.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that. But you know, they're always hitting me up for tickets. Like I hit you up for tickets. Sometimes it's actually for them.
Yeah,
and they go, oh, is there any spare tickets?
See, no, that I'm
And then
not
I go,
okay with.
but
That
no.
I'm not. That I'm not okay with. But what I get irritated about.
So that's why I say to them, they have to ring you.
Yeah.
So that's all above
course,
board.
it has to
They
be
have to be
above
the first
board.
caller through, or if you say the third caller, the first caller,
Yeah.
whatever, they have to be that. I can't. I'm not
Absolutely. And what I like, the reason I get a bit like, oh, about it is because it's happened to me before where it wasn't even my competition. It
Right.
wasn't even something that we had. It was one of those competitions where, you know, you enter in stores.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we
I
would
know
collect all the boxes.
Shop and win, we call it,
we
yeah.
would collect. It was like a Valentine's Day competition or something. We would collect all the entries from all the stores, and they got put into the big barrel here in the studio.
Yeah.
And it was in a different show at the time. It wasn't in I had nothing to do with it. I didn't collect them, nothing.
No.
And anyway, I was like in my office, and the person who was in the studio, you know,
Drew out
the window,
Yeah.
and they drew out someone that I actually know.
Yeah.
And people, like, not, I shouldn't say people, someone called the station to complain that Loz obviously rigged it.
The thing is,
And I
it's
was
too
like,
hard.
dude, it wasn't
Because
even
you
my
know hundreds of
competition.
people. You know hundreds of people.
Yeah, and the competition was done on like Facebook Live back then because that was new. And so it was like, how did I rig it? I wasn't there.
No.
I wasn't. Someone else drew the name.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
And they entered because they spent $10 in store at a home like Alice.
It's a small town.
You
The
know?
chances are actually quite high. It's not like Lotto.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, Lotto, $1 million or a couple of million to one or something.
So now I
chance.
get really paranoid that
I
if
bet you
anyone
do.
I knows, and it just feels like it's so unfair. So even if they enter a competition outside the radio station and that they by chance are lucky enough to win, they entered a valid way, then it's going to come back as if I rigged it.
Look, there was a famous case in Melbourne of a very big radio announcer. He's passed on now.
Yep.
Bruce Mansfield, and he got sacked for a year because someone related to him won. It was like a massage chair with a stereo built into it, right?
Oh.
You know, a very fancy schmancy thing. And the story that was being told to me from insiders was that it actually was completely random. The guy that was put through by the producer, I know the producer, he put the call through to the guys. They didn't realise who it was, didn't know, and he was the appropriate caller, the right time, won it legitimately. That guy, Bruce, had to go and work for the opposition radio station for a year. He was sin-binned for a year, and then the ratings went down. They hired him back again. But
I would have been like, no, I'm not coming back. I would have been fuming.
But he went off and worked for, he went from 3AW to 3AK for a year,
Yeah.
got sin-binned because of that, because I think it was like his cousin or nephew or someone won the prize. So it's just an unfortunate situation, and that's how it can happen. So I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, like it is frustrating, especially in such a small town.
Yeah.
Like,
it is a small town. The
and I don't
odds are
feel-
very high that you're
Yeah.
going to someone you know is going to win a prize.
Yeah, and it's not like, and as you were saying, I do know a lot of people, and that's not like tooting my own horn there. That's just through here at work, I have lots of clients, which means small businesses. I know a lot of small businesses. Then through personal connections, then through my husband's family. Like I just know a lot of different people, and I feel like it stretches into a lot of different demographics. And if everyone who knows me is not allowed to win, that I don't feel like it's fair.
Well, maybe you should just remove yourself from everything.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm
Yeah.
specifically thinking for this Grinch competition. Maybe because someone rang last week to ask if they could enter over the phone because they didn't have Facebook, but they'd heard me. They could hear me talking about it, but didn't have Facebook. And Peter was like, "Yeah, that's fine, rah rah." So maybe what I need to do is like do it at, like, not look at the names in the entries, like just look at the stories,
Maybe
and
that's an
then
idea.
pick the funniest one. And then they can be the winner.
Well, I'm sure you're working
And
up
then I'll find out after the fact who they are.
Exactly. Well, we better get to the news.
Yes,
and
let's do it.
We've got part 2 exclusively on our YouTube channel. We want you to go over there and have a listen to all the archives too. It's called Listen to Sun 969. Get over there and have a listen to our part 2. And I'll catch you tomorrow on our part 1 here on the radio. It's news time.